G'day folks, I just thought that I'd have a look at this little Sharp unit here while I have the chance. It's a 5-disc CD changer, all-in-one mini hi-fi. Speakers are in the box. This one's for a customer. I'm just going to find out why it's not reading discs. Could be a block, could be a dirty laser, or the laser itself could be blind. Maybe the spindle motor might not be working. Either way, I'm going to finish taking the cover off and just find out. Okay, well that's what's inside. A lot of the old fantastic plastic. That's the main power supply, primary and secondary sides. A couple of big rectifiers on the underside. Big heatsink down the bottom is for the amplifier ICs. That's all CD change mechanism. There's a tuning board there by the looks of it. Yeah, with the antenna tuning can on it. And CD control board, or changer control by the looks of it. Oh, no, that's actual CD control. The laser plugs into it. And little cassette thing. There's the actual drive up the back, and the rest of this is the CD magazine. Just some shielded circuitry. These things sound pretty reasonable for a tinny little plastic thing. Unfortunately, when they break, they usually end up in the trash. Let's plug this thing in and see what that happens. Okay, we're on and in standby, so let's see what it wants to do. Okay, no disc. On number 1. Well, hopefully Music Group won't try and rate me for using this CD in my video. I know some of my videos have been flagged already by Warner Music. It's trying to read it. Yeah, even if you've got a tiny bit of music playing in the background, they can still flag your videos. I've only lost 1 or 2. Nope. It's a bit blind. Oh, I'm going to take it apart and clean the laser. Well, thankfully, with 2 screws in the back panel removed, the whole lot just comes straight off. Actually getting into the laser is going to be another problem. Under there somehow. I guess I have to drop the whole sled out. You can see you've got a cooling fan in it. Never seen that before on a mini hi-fi. It still works. Well, bearings do. The problem is they pack so much stuff in here that generates heat. You definitely need a fan. Yeah, it's neat. Okay, well, thankfully with the removal of these screws and that plastic cover, this whole mechanism should come straight out. I don't have to take this complicated drawer mechanism apart. There we go. It's like an old Sony KSS series laser. I used to replace these things in the old Sony players. Of course it was a lot easier back then. About $50 a piece for the old lasers. Nowadays it's not worth it. Okay, well, on a normal player you can just lift the lid and see if the laser's emitting a beam, but this one here I have to put it halfway back together again with its guts hanging out. So, power up. We're getting a beam. The spindle motor's trying to work too. Maybe it's just a bit of dust in it. I'll give it a clean and throw it back together again. If not, I'd say it's no bloody good. I might make an inquiry about getting a replacement part or something for it, but things like this I generally don't worry about. Okay, well that's all back in and settled. Let's see if it's changed anything. The other option is the spindle motor might not be reaching optimal RPMs, but then they usually still pick up the disc, it just doesn't play it. This just isn't detecting it at all. No disc. One last try. Disc with various formats of music, including MP3s. Mostly MP3s. No, should have found it by now. There's a laser beam there, but it's just not reading it. Oh well, I'm going to put this one in the NFG pile for now. This is another multi-disc changer that I could never really get to work properly. I just use it as a front stereo amplifier along with this one as my rear. That's a proper Monarch transistor amp. Timber casing and everything. That works very well. Marantz equalizer and tape deck. Never use the tape deck. Don't even have any audio tapes. That still operates. It will read an audio CD once in a blue moon, but it won't actually read a DVD because it's actually a DVD home theatre amp. Just for the hell of it, I'll do a quick test using the lead from my rear amplifier off the computer and just plug it straight into the video input auxiliary. Not half bad. Make a good set of PC speakers, but that's about it. Unless someone really knows how to fix these CD drives, it's just something I don't have the time and patience for now. All the spare parts. I sort of gave up the electronics repair a good few years ago, but can't give everything up forever. Just for a comparison, this is the inside of my Monarch stereo amp, and this is how electronics should be made. I repaired this one. I found it in the scrap bin and fixed it by replacing electrolytic capacitors, resistors, a few other little things, and she works perfectly now. Seen me through many headbangers parties, and this thing pumps loud. I can run big speakers off this.